Right, number 4 is Bravish Heart. Episode 5 now, and this is the second part of the two-parter, mid-series two-parter, with Karanicus and April sharing the heart. This one, they actually have April and Ran going to the Shadowkin world, and Quill and Dorothy are making Charlie open the Cabinet of Souls and threatening Mateus' life. Meanwhile, Tanya gets April's parents and Ram's father to help, sort of. And yeah, there's a great fight between April and Karanicus where she eventually becomes the king, not queen, because on Shadowkin world, whoever it is, whatever gender, it's just a king. Yeah, this one, it's also got the flower petal subplot, which is why Dorothy and Quill need Charlie to open the cabinet. Although Dorothy wants it for the petals, Quill wants it for the Shadowkin, and Charlie doesn't want to open it at all. And he worries that the human race might even be the ones taken out. This episode does benefit being the second of a two-parter, as opposed to Kona, which would have benefited a bit more as a single-parter. But it's still, well, it doesn't take as long to get into the actual plot with this one, because we've had so much of that with the previous episode and the one before, and that wasn't even a two-parter. But this one doesn't take as much setup as the previous 4, but it still takes a time before we actually get the plot moving. Again, we're spending still a bit of time going around this new world, which is interesting, but then we're also cutting back to the situation on Earth. So they really need to get the plot moving a bit more with this one. However, they do it better with this one than probably the other 4 episodes. Maybe aside from 2. We do wrap up the story pretty nicely, and we have time to do it, and we have time to tell the proper story. But I don't know if a two-parter worked. It probably did, for this one at least. It's still a pretty good episode, really good. There's no Shadowkin sex, so people who didn't like that in the last episode won't cringe here. Yeah. So that was episode 5, Bravish Heart. Number 3. Now, number 3 is actually the series final, episode 8, The Lost. Yeah, The Lost, the last ever episode. The stakes are really high here, apart from when they're not. And it's a pretty brutal episode. In the first couple of minutes, you see 2 characters' parents die. And then later on, you will see a massacre, as well as the main character and the main villain get killed, and also the headmistress dies. So it is pretty much a brutal episode. But there isn't really much death from most of the middle part of the episode. I mean, you kill off Ram's father, a very likeable character, Tanya's mother, who didn't know anything about this, and sarcastic remark coming, great, killing off Tanya's parents and making her an orphan. Well done. That was sarcastic. And, yeah, not the best idea. Not the best idea. Nearly, April's mother, Tanya's brothers, and Mateus almost got the biscuit. Or kicked the bucket, I should say. April's mum, because she's got Shadowkin blood in her veins that help her walk this half of the series. Miss Quill stopped Karanicus from killing Tanya's brothers, and April sacrifices herself so Mateus won't be killed. And so Charlie has to kill April in order to kill Karanicus. And then he opens the Cabinet of Souls to wipe out the entire species who are attempting to invade Earth. Karanicus said that if April came to him, they would leave Earth, but April knew he was lying, so that's why Charlie had to kill her. And after the opening the Cabinet of Souls, all the souls die apart from one, I think. But I think Quill saved Charlie from being killed by that. And then April's reincarnated in Karanicus' his body. Sorry for the stutter. And of course, Dorothea was killed by a massive twist reveal at the end. It's revealed who the governors are working for. The Weeping Angels.
These bad boys. Or girls.
Another big grin on the face of a fan. Wow. I expect the Weeping Angels and the Governors are going to be the main villains of Series 2, if that's the case. That bit was brilliant. However, we can't praise the entire episode just for that one brilliant last scene, or second to last scene. No, a lot of people seem to do that with quite a lot of these episodes. But yeah, if you take out that brilliant scene, take out some other great scenes, it's a good story, it's a good episode, but it's not really one of the best. It could have been a bit better. Yeah, it's a good final, it's a better finale than For Night We Might Die was a better start. But it has its problems. I mean, Ram didn't really have much to do in this episode, apart from watch his dad and girlfriend get killed. Second girlfriend as well. Oh, he's not having very good luck, is he? At least he's not an orphan. Tanya's grown some balls, metaphorically, not literally, by taking revenge against the Shadowkin after her mum's killed. Quill's still pregnant from the last episode. We'll talk about that in a sec. Mateus is still scared of Charlie. He's actually scared of the side of Charlie who is going to use the cabinet. And April is just trying to work out a way to stop the Shadowkin as Charlie peacefully. But in the end, he has to kill her. And in the end, it doesn't even seem that she's dead. She seems to be back alive, but in Coronicus's body. So, like the Weeping Angels, we'll hopefully be seeing more of that in Series 2. So yeah, Episode 8, The Lost. Great final, but could have been a bit better. Yeah. Okay, number 2. Number 2 is The Metaphysical Engine, or What Quill Did. The 7th episode of the series, and also the penultimate, is the second best in my opinion, as it's a very Quill-centered episode. It shows her, Dorothea, the headmistress, and this character, Ballon, not Bilal, I keep making that mistake, kept doing that in the review, Ballon, go on a quest to get Quill's aunt out of her head, and by doing so, she will be free. And with Ballon being the surgeon, he will be free. But then it's revealed that they have to then fight for their freedom. They have to fight each other, and the winner gets their freedom. Eventually, it's Quill who gets her freedom, but she's not exactly happy about that because they began a relationship, and the only reason Ballon fought Quill is because he thought his niece was still alive when Dorothea said his niece was still alive. This could have been a trick. This could have been a trap just to get them started fighting, and the gun was either rigged. It was it must have been rigged. In For Tonight We Might Die, it fired two ways. In this episode, it fired backwards, and in The Lost, it fired the other way. So it must have been rigged. But yeah. Obviously, I think I actually put a theory in the other recording of this yesterday. I had the theory that the governors actually wanted Quill to win and be the one who was free, and that's what. So whether Quill picked it up or not, it was rigged so that would be her that survived and Ballon who died. Whoever had the gun. That was a theory. It's not confirmed. But yeah, Ballon was a good character, and it was nice to see more of Dorothea getting into the action as opposed to in episodes 4, 5, and 8. But yeah, It's a very good episode. Very great episode for Quill, and proves Catherine Kelly has great acting skills when she's on, when her character's on her own. She's great as a character, and anyway, proves the character's really good throughout the series. But this one's where the character and actress really shine for class. So yeah. Also, this is the second of 2 episodes that run parallel to each other at the same time, and beginning and end are kind of the same, except with the first episode of the parallel stories, it's got a longer beginning, and with this one it's a longer ending, where we find out that Quill is pregnant. Of course, this nor episode 8 tell us how she got pregnant, or who the father will be, or if it's going to be a Quill baby, or something, or she's going to die because when Quills give birth, they eat their mother. So, it's going to be the one. What if there's 2? She had a twin sister. Well, a sister. I don't know if it was a twin. Probably if it was just a one mother. Or a stepsister. So, I don't. Hopefully they'll take that story into series 2 as well. They've got a lot of stuff to do in series 2, don't they? It's probably unlikely they'll do it all by the end, but it'll probably be the final where most of it does happen. Yeah. And set up series 3 if they do that. Yeah. So, hopefully we'll see more of that later in the show, when we come around to series 2. But in the meantime, the Metaphysical Engine, or What Quill Did, is a great episode, and it really works as a penultimate episode of the series, apart from not leading into the final. But to be honest, when you do watch the final episode, you realise you don't need build up into this episode apart from everything you know about the villains and the characters up to that point. So, but it actually kind of works that these 2 episodes before the last one actually don't really lead into it that much. So yeah, that was episode 7. Now, number 1. Number 1 is episode 6, Detained. Yeah, this episode. This is my favourite episode because it's a very strong. Well, it's not really more of a character development, it's more character interactions with each other. The 5 main characters, including Quill, because she's gone off to do Metaphysical Engine, are trapped in a room, cut off from space and time, caused by a rock, which is actually a prison for a murderer, landing in their classroom after April opens the door. Well, after Miss Quill locks it. Closes and locks it, and that will give Charlie a panic attack because he's well, he gets one later on because it's a close. It's he's not good with enclosed spaces, and yeah. So this episode really plays more to the characters' emotions as well as the character building, and it does it really well, especially on Charlie's part. He's probably got the most emotional character development. Not the most character development, the most emotional character development. As we see his emotions come to the surface a bit more. Yeah, this is a really good episode, and it's the first of the 2 parallel running episodes. And it's also probably the low budget episode of the series, with only a few visual effects. The blackness of the windows and door, and the redness on the rock. I think most of the money actually went to making the Metaphysical Engine look spectacular. I would say the Metaphysical Engine is the best episode visually wise. It looks the best, but story wise it's Detained. No question. At least not on my part. Yeah, really good story, really good character development and emotional building. This really plays to their strengths and weaknesses of characters, and the actors do a brilliant job. And yeah, really good. Really great episode. Yeah, brilliant. It could have been better, but... And I don't know. How could it have been better? I'm not really certain. So, yeah. And I know a lot of people, myself included, have compared this to Midnight, and a few others have compared it to Edge of Destruction. If we were to say that, well, Edge of Destruction I think is good. It's a twice as long episode as this. Actually, no, it's just about 5 minutes longer than this, actually. Sorry, my mistake. It's just 5 minutes longer. It's 4 people in one room and a situation going on. Midnight is a small number of people in one place, a similar time length, a couple of visual effects for the planet, and a few other locations at some points in the episode. But for the most part, it's the Doctor and a few strangers on this kind of bus, as opposed to quite a few characters in a couple of locations on this one place. Edge of Destruction was just the main cast. With this one, it's the main cast, and they're trapped in a small room, but they're trapped in the classroom, which they learn their lessons in, and they're taken out of time and space, and they're stuck until they find a way to destroy the prisoner, who is a off-screen appearance, by the way. And Miss Quill is in the episode only for a little bit at the start and end, like Donna and Midnight. Yeah. So these 3 episodes, Midnight I'm not really the biggest fan on. In fact, I don't really enjoy it that much. So out of the 3, I would say Detained is the best. I would like to see more of these small cast, small number of locations episodes, but I don't want them to become a bunch of a thing too much. I mean, maybe one every couple of series. Budget-saving episodes have a reputation for either being good or okay, or pretty bad. I mean, depending on which series we're looking at. I mean, lots of people hate Love and Monsters and Fear Hair in Series 2. They're just low-budget episodes. I think Midnight's the one for Series 4. That's a beloved one, as is Heaven Sent. Heaven Sent is better than this, by the way. Doctor Who fans. And then there's the mixed reception ones. Actually, no, Blink's the positive one. I think Vincent and the Doctor, is that the one for Series 5? No, the Lodger. That's the mixed reception one. As is Boomtown from Series 1, and Closing Time's actually a bit more negative. Series 7, Power 3, that's quite mixed. Series 8, probably Forest to the Night. Oh, that's pretty much blated. Hated upon. So, I'm just going through a couple, but from memory and thoughts, there might be a couple of others each episode, but we'll see. So, yeah, that was Detained, the 6th episode of Class Series 1, and my favourite of the series, and currently of the show so far until the 2nd series comes around, and if there's a better episode than that, which will probably be the better episode of that series, depending on how many are better than Detained, of course. We could have better episodes next series. So that's it from me, hopefully. This wasn't so bad this time for the recording. Let's hope so, fingers crossed. Thank you all for watching, and I shall see you next time for my review of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I shall also note out that I will be reviewing the Doctor Who Christmas special, The Return of Dr. Mysterio, and I've actually decided to review Sherlock Series 4 as well, if I've got the time, as well as whatever other movies I see at the cinema, and 2016's ranking list next month, which I will update the list each time I go to them after the movies, hopefully, if I remember, and with a final checklist for the 2016 viewings. Any 2016 film I see in 2017 will be going onto the 2017 list, as opposed to the 2016 one, like Paddington on the 2016 list, because I saw it at the cinema in 2016, and Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb, 2 days into 2015, but it's a 2014 film. But because I saw it in 2015, it's on that list. it's on that ranking. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hi there, Nick here. Once again, I forgot to do a reminder listing at the end of my ranking. So again, instead of a text one, I decided to record me telling you now instead of doing a text one. So, reminder of my list. Number 8 is For Tonight We Might Die, episode 1. Number 7 is episode 2, The Coach with the Dragon Tattoo. Number 6 is episode 4, The Cone of a Lonely Heart. Number 5 is Nightvisiting, episode 3. Number 4 is Bravish Heart, episode 5. Number 3 is episode 8, The Lost. Number 2 is The Metaphysical Engine, or What Quill Did, episode 7. And number 1 is episode 6, Detained. So yeah, thank you for watching this 2-part list, and I shall see you guys next time. So itch. Oh, that's better.